All right, Dr. Wood, let's begin. What research methods do marine biologists use to study marine ecosystems and marine life?
There's actually several different research method parameters or protocols. The one I like the best, probably the simplest, it is first you find the work. That means writing proposals and on a subject that you want to investigate. Usually to write the proposal, you've got to do a bunch of research on that itself. Then you write up a proposal and submit it to the people that have programs going on. Generally, you can expect, until you have a name for yourself, that you may be able to get 1 out of 10 proposals accepted. So, second part of that parameter or that protocol is you do the work, and that often involves field work, where you go out and actually do measurement type activities, or it can be statistical. It can be on a computer, depending on what field you're looking at. I have a lot of expertise in geographic information systems, and that's on a computer. I can use data that have been gathered over the years, put it into the correct formats, and use that as research. It just depends on what you're looking at. Field activities, often for a marine biologist or someone in the position that I'm in, includes in the field collecting data. And we collected on one project data over a year and a half, in which we used to map all the benthic habitats in Texas, from Matagorda Bay all the way down to the border. It took about a year and a half to gather all that information, and then we processed it and turned that data into actual information. Of course, the third part of that whole protocol is you get paid for it. And for a scientist, the pay part of it actually is writing papers. So you end up with publishing your work. That's the end result of this, so that other scientists can use your work and develop the subject even more.
All right. How do marine biologists contribute to the conservation and management of marine species and habitats?
In order to conserve it, you have to know about it, and marine biologists contribute to that knowledge base. One of the projects I worked on was mapping propeller scars in seagrass. Why is that important? Well, 80% of the pelagic fish have nurseries in the seagrass beds. So we discover what the problem is and help find solutions for it.
All right. What are some of the key differences between the work of marine biologists in the field versus in a laboratory setting?
In a laboratory setting, you're usually what I like to call bug picking. You're going through a sample of sediment or something and picking out all and classifying all the life forms in it. It may be polychaetes or sediment worms, different things. So you're not seeing a whole lot of sunshine. You can often be tedious work at a desk or at a microscope. Field work, on the other hand, you could be out for extended periods of time collecting that data that will be analyzed back in the laboratory. Personally, I prefer being outside to being in a laboratory looking over a microscope.
All right, fourth question. How do marine biologists investigate the impact of human activities such as overfishing, pollution, or marine environments, or on marine environments?
Basically, we try to figure out if we have a problem. That's by doing population studies and counts, and often those come from commercial fisheries as well as recreational fisheries. It may involve sitting at the boat dock and waiting for people to come in catching fish and measuring, taking measurements on those fish. I worked at one point with the IUCN, International Union of Concerned Naturalists, where we interviewed different scientists from all over the Gulf of Mexico on the status of bony fishes, including the scientists from Cuba. A lot of information gathering contributes to our knowledge of what fish populations are and how they've deviated from the baseline where we know that they used to be. We're seeing major declines in a lot of fish populations, and we're finding sustainable populations of other fish that can contribute to what we have available to eat. Lionfish is a very important one that's being studied right now.
All right, last question. What are some career paths available to marine biologists, and what skills are essential for success in this field?
Career paths. Basically, a marine biologist can work for governmental entities such as Parks and Wildlife that do a massive amount of data collection. They can work for independent companies that do research for NOAA, the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, state agencies, fish and wildlife councils, and private entities that need to know where the fish are and what the status is.